Hi everyone, I'm back from church and I took out the statue here. This is my statue of Christ the Redeemer. I decided to put some statues of Jesus rather than just having the crucifix. And this statue is, this is Jesus, Prince of Peace, where he's conquered and you see the lion and the lamb together. So often, like we have statues, we always have the crucifix as Catholics at home, and that's nice. But I just decided, you know what, how many times do we have actual statues of Jesus? Like in our church, we have the statue of Jesus the Good Shepherd, like Jesus when he's alive, Jesus when he's on his teachings. And I decided to put this one out, Jesus the Redeemer. It's the statue that's in Brazil, and it actually says at the bottom, Brazil here. So that's a nice statue for me to have. And then you see my little altar here, my little prayer space. I put this. So this is my little prayer space here. And this is where I pray. I have that Elvis, that's that belt that Elvis had. You can see this one here. When he won every concert was sold out at Las Vegas. Then Our Lady of Knock, I keep that central. And then my crucifix and Our Lady of Lourdes, I keep that there. So I just decided that I wanted some statues of Jesus, like Jesus not on the cross. So that's why I put those there. And then I'll just show you what I have here. So I have the Sacred Heart of Jesus here. When I pray, when I sit at my table, I have my meals here. Then I have this here. And then by my entrance, I have this. I have my name. My name means beautiful. It comes from the Italian, and it means beautiful. So that's a statue my mother had given me and my sister. And then Our Lady, Undoer of Knots, Our Lady of All Graces. And I have this by my door. It's for the doorpost. One day I hope to have a nice villa of my own. And it says, love God with all your heart, love your neighbor as yourself. And it has the Jesus, I trust in you. So it's a nice one to have when I'm coming in and going out. And this cross. This cross is a life-giving cross. I gave Father Larry one of these. It's a cross that's filled with precious gemstones. So that's just to show you. This is my music area where I come in to play. And I have some photos here. And this is at the entrance to my home, the Sacred Heart of Jesus. I did that consecration and I put it up. So that's what I like to do. I like to change my statues, put different ones, but I always have that Our Lady of Knock central. I like her because she's the silent Our Lady. She's the one that cherishes things in her heart. So yeah, I thought I'd just show you that. I came back from church and it was a nice service. I tried to sit near the front because with the fans, I can't hear the priests properly. So I like to sit in the front so that I can hear them and hear what they're saying. Otherwise, normally I don't sit right at the front. I'll sit in the middle or I'll sit towards the back. But now in the summertime, I sit right in the front. And this is my candle. I showed you I made those candles yesterday. So this is my candle that I use when I pray. And it's nice for me to have them. So that's what I do. Now I'm going to watch the tennis and have a glass of wine and enjoy the summer. I asked my doctor, I said, can I have a glass of wine? He said, yes, now that you are on medication and we have things under control, you can have a glass of wine. You can have 2 glasses of wine if you want. I don't drink often, but I thought this high blood pressure is a killer. And then it affects your heart also. Like when they sent me to do that heart test, I got a shock. Because the guy told me, like, we have to inject you, we have to put a solution in your arm, and that solution will go to your heart and it will enlarge your heart so that we can see if you have any heart problems. I said, oh, and why do you need me to sign this form? Because there was a release form there. He said, oh, didn't your doctor tell you? I said, tell me what? So he said, no, when we do this, it's a very dangerous procedure and you could have a heart attack, so that's why we need you to sign this. I said, oh, but what if I don't want to do it? He said, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, but there's no other way for us to check your heart. I said, well, why can't you just do the ECG? He's like, the ECG can't tell us if there's a problem with your heart because your blood pressure was so high. Like, we are even surprised that you are okay. So I said to him, and then what happens if I have a heart attack? So he said, no, we've got a cardiologist here, and the cardiologist is on standby. So we have somebody right here. If anything happens, we'll make sure that we take care of you. So I said to him, well, just do it then. I just said a prayer and I did it. And then that day, when I went for that test, they're so stupid. They told me, your tests are over, you can go home now. I was all the way here at the subway station at Young and Lawrence, which is like a block away from here. And then the receptionist calls me and says, no, there's one more test you have to do. I said, what is wrong with you people? I'm at home now. She's like, oh, no, we can reschedule it. I said, what is wrong with you? I asked them before I left, is there anything else you need to do for me? Or am I done? They said, no, we're done. I said, they told me there's one ECG. Is this it? They said, yeah, we did everything. You can go. So I was so pissed off with them. I said, you know what? This whole country is like that. I said, every time it's something for me, you guys don't do it properly. Whether it's setting up my ID so I can work, like at Teleperformance, or whether it's getting my flight sorted out or getting things done, it's always like this. And I'm so sick of it. And she's like, oh no, we're very sorry. Please come back and do the test, and otherwise we'll have to rebook you. So I had to go all the way back and then do that. It was a simple ECG test. So it's annoying because before I could go to Life Labs and do everything. The ECG, the urine test, the blood test, they used to do everything in one place. So I had to get that done. Thankfully, it came back okay, but, you know, it just came as a shock to me that it was that serious. So now I have fatty liver disease, I have high blood pressure, I have all these things. I'm like, Lord, what is your plan? Really? Really? I've been eating healthy, I've been exercising, but I guess the thing is, I was eating a lot of carbs because when you're on a low income, you eat a lot of starchy foods to stay full. You eat a lot of rice and pastas and potatoes and all that kind of thing. So that's why now I have fatty liver disease. So I have to monitor all that. And no matter how much I exercise, no matter how much I do, I just can't seem to lose this weight. So, I mean, if you're doing Jane Fonda 3 times a week and you're swimming and you're walking and you're exercising and you've cut out carbs, you've cut out all these fatty foods, you should start losing some weight. I'm not losing anything. Anyway, let's see. Part of it is stress because I don't have a job and I've been looking for work, good paid work for so long. And part of it is just, I guess, your body, when you're under stress, it retains that weight. So I just hope and pray I don't land up with heart problems because the high blood pressure is a big part of that. When you have high blood pressure, it starts to affect your heart. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that that's what I have. I brought this statue because it reminds me of my dad. My dad went to Brazil with my grandfather. I should have told my papa, take me to Brazil. When he asked me, do you want to go to Canada or do you want to go to Brazil? I said, oh, let's go to Canada. It's closer. Like, we'll be close after we finish in America. We'll come to Canada. I should have said to him, let's go to Brazil. It wasn't a nice experience for him and me. People were not nice to us. They were not friendly. They made my grandfather cry, just like the family treats me, exactly how they treated my grandfather. Oh, we've got our family unit, and oh, we'll see when it's convenient for us. When people are coming from thousands of miles away, they can't even be hospitable and show you some love and accommodate you a little bit. I'm sick of the North American attitude. It's awful. Anyway, I keep my faith. And I put the cross Father Larry gave me here by the door. I put it there. So please keep praying for me. I need to get work. This is an awful experience to go through. It really is. And yet I can still smile and put a smile on my face. How do I cope with my faith and this guy's music, him? It's a lifeline. Listen to his music. You won't be miserable for long. These people are miserable. They have everything, but they're still miserable.